Hello again and welcome to Pearl Magazine. As the city slowly returns to normal post-COVID life, Hong Kong hosted a number of electronics trade shows in April, welcoming hundreds of thousands of exhibitors and buyers. Zela visited one of the most popular fairs to check out the newest electronic gadgets coming onto the market.
A neck massage on the go. Portable power stations for camping. Colorful smartphone cases made from food. And lots of new gadgets and gizmos at the Global Sources Mobile Electronics Fair. These product designers are from Dubai. They're gung-ho about checking out the trade show.
Maria, is this your first time at the fair?
I came here probably 6 years ago for the first time. And then now I'm back because it's time to do business. I'm so excited.
So what are you here looking for?
I'm looking for manufacturers to do my products and to find the best people, somebody that is pleasant to work with.
Kian, what do you think of this fair?
I love it so far. It's the first time back here in over 3.5 years, and I'm just here to see all of the new, exciting new products, new suppliers, see what they've been working on.
Bruno Souza Martins is a trader, and he's looking for new products to introduce to the Angola market.
In this whole idea, I found something interesting, like some rings, smart rings with some different features that I haven't seen before. Some glasses, smart glasses, that could be an option as well.
This Shenzhen-based company designs and manufactures wearable health devices, and it's showcasing the latest models of its massagers.
We got a silver black color, and we have...
It's very futuristic.
Yes, exactly. So, but it's not for your eyes, it's for the back of your neck.
Okay.
So it will be like that, right? And it got 9 individual models.
Oh, it's warm.
It's warm.
Yeah.
It's warm. It's warm because it has the infrared generator built-in. Yeah.
And what is it supposed to do?
So the infrared generator reflect the infrared to your muscle and to the temple in the back.
I can feel it. Yeah. And how much is this for?
So for RMB, so it will be 1,299.
Okay.
Will be our MSRP price.
Jeremy says the business has done well during the pandemic because of the work-from-home trend.
Their neck or their shoulders, their back, they're all suffering from working from home, sitting in front of the computers, just staring at the screen. So they feel the pain, and they found our products, and it did relieve their pain. So our product sales increase like every year.
In 2023, sales increased 20% year-on-year as COVID-19 travel restrictions were lifted, and more buyers from around the world came to look for the latest products at the trade shows.
They're more active because they stopped for over 3 years, so they are eager to know more products, like during these three years, what's new and what's giving them surprise them.
The company sells products to Asia, Europe, and North America. Jeremy says his company has been able to benefit from the close relationship between China and Russia, and the country is a growing market for it.
We have good price there, and they do willing to trading with China, and they know how to sell those products. And in their market, there is no existing leg massager, so it's pretty brand new to them, and they love it.
The effect of the Russia-Ukraine war was on display at the trade show, with the proliferation of portable power stations, especially for the European market.
The ongoing geopolitical situation is affecting almost everyone with increasing energy costs since 2022, and occasional power shortages in certain parts of the world as well, which leads to a higher demand on power products. Now, especially on solar power products, portable power stations for standby power.
Wendy Lai is the vice president of Global Sources Exhibitions and helped organize this electronics trade show. She says there are a number of new trends in consumer electronics.
So these are the bio-based materials is from coffee grounds. There is an increasing focus on ESG elements, with a growing demand for environmental friendly materials. And this global consumer trend has pushed the industry to be more creative in product design as well as materials used. Now, another very, very interesting trend we are seeing is pet economy. Now, the global pet economy is projected to reach around $500 billion by 2030. So we are also seeing a lot of innovative pet electronics in this show. For example, like feeders, like filtered water fountain, even pet sofa that you can control the temperature with a mobile app.
And Wendy predicts ChatGPT, another generative artificial intelligence, would be more widely adopted. Generative AI is able to produce original content.
Yes, same design.
This smartwatch manufacturer is working on integrating a ChatGPT smartphone app with its products. The CEO lent me this smartwatch to track what time I went to bed and what time I got up in the morning.
Because we need to open the app, like this app open, and the app will collect the data from the smartwatch and show in like this. And this is the data you show the sleep and you wake up, and then we push this, ask the ChatGPT for some advice, and
Advice on how I can sleep better.
yes, they will give some advice. First advice, ChatGPT, you need to consider sleep schedule. You need to go to sleep regularly.
Yes.
And second, avoid to have alcohol, and don't drink. And
Okay.
Don't
So no more wine before bed.
Yeah, don't eat too much.
Okay.
And what happens without the ChatGPT function?
We just record the data. It cannot give you any advice or recommend any good for you. Just so that you need to ask doctor or ask somebody to give you some advice.
Benson is still tweaking the AI, and it will be available to clients in a couple of months. He says sales has increased this year because the pandemic caused consumers to be more interested in tracking their health.
In the Q1, our business is compared to last year, it's increased 4 times. And this year, the target is 3 million. That's double by last year. Maybe 3 years ago, for smartwatch and smartwatch, that's about the sport. So it's only the rich country can afford. But now, the smartwatch is not only in Europe and USA, and India, South American, and Pakistan, and South American, they also can say very well.
He plans to introduce 50 new models of smartwatches this year to meet the increasing demand.
Yeah, some of them is a design.
Laura Zhang is a sales and marketing manager for an electric bike and scooter trading company based in Hong Kong.
Our products mainly in mainland China. So we will select the factory with a high quality, and we'll check and inspection to make sure the products have a good qualities, and then we do labels, designs on top, and then we try to find out the market's needs.
Her products are popular in the US and Europe.
Sometimes they want to keep the environment better, so they don't want to drive a car to work. So they will choose to buy e-bikes and e-scooters for helping them to drive to work and come back to home.
She brought the latest electric scooter models to the fair. This one is meant to be used outside of the city.
Because this one, we have a dual motors. Like normally we have a single motor for the scooters because it's only for riding in the city side. So you can see the model will be like a large tire. And then so when the rider riding, the speed can more like a maximum speed can do 35 km per hour. So we have a 4-direction lights as well, because just make sure the back rider can see you are riding in front. Just make sure the products are safe.
She says that while it's been good to see her clients in person at the show, the foot traffic hasn't returned to the pre-pandemic days.
For this year, I think just after the 3 years of the COVID issue, so that's why the buyers just not really much coming out. So they're still waiting and seeing the situation.
She says business might not return to the pre-pandemic era anytime soon. Electronics imports and exports dropped by almost 9% in 2022. Alice Zhang is a principal economist with Hong Kong's Trade Development Council and leads a global research team. She explains the macroeconomic factors affecting the trade in electronics. What was the reason for the decline in electronics trade last year?
First of all, it is because of the lack of demand in the global economy. It is because during the pandemic, many people are buying like electronic products for work from home sake or stay at home work. And then the huge demand was already covered in the past 2 years. In 2022, there is a slow of consumer demand for electronic products. And at the same time, Hong Kong, we have a cross-border boundary disruption between Shenzhen and Hong Kong land border. It is because of the pandemic measures. So that's why Hong Kong's trucking drivers, they cannot go to the mainland factories to pick up the order directly because the cross-border closure in the past year, it caused the re-export of Hong Kong electronic products or in overall Hong Kong products has dropped because mainland China accounted for more than 60% of our total trade.
What is the outlook for the electronics industry?
Because of the reopening of the border between Hong Kong and Shenzhen, so that's why we are getting back to normal for the cargo flow. So that's why most of our electronic products which are produced in the PRD area or the GBA area, they are now having no difficulties to export via Hong Kong. So we can see that manufacturers they are catching up their new style or new products. We can see that in year 2023, electronic products are having a new demand for the new gadgets or new style or new models in coming later this year.
When we come back, commercial fisheries turning recreational to stay afloat. Stay with us. Welcome back to Pearl Magazine. While fishing in Hong Kong is no longer a main economic activity, fishermen have long been harvesting the sea for a living. With a dwindling number of local fish farms, some have turned to recreational activities to stay afloat. Gabi Xu has the story. The fishing industry used to be the main industry in Hong Kong, but it has declined gradually. Today, there are fewer fishermen, and some are running alternative fishery businesses.
After the government banned troll fishing, there was a significant decline in this business. Even the ship maintenance industry has been affected.
This store used to sell fishing equipment, but now they sell equipment for yachts.
In order to survive, we transformed. There are more yachts than fishing boats. So we gradually shifted our focus to try to find a way to survive. Surely we earn more in the old days. The equipment used in yachts has low wear and tear. You can buy a piece of equipment and use it for 3 years. But equipment for fishing boats wears out much faster because they operate day and night.
Aside from the store's business, he says the nearby ice factory has also been greatly affected.
Most of the fishing boats that went out for troll fishing caught fish that were mostly dead. So they needed a large amount of ice to keep the fish fresh. At its peak, the ice factory used to produce a large amount of ice. that we can't imagine. But you can see how few fishing boats are at sea.
Fishing at sea isn't profitable, and some fishermen have turned to aquaculture. But it's not an easy business due to red tide and fierce competition. In 2002, the government issued recreational fishing licenses to some fishermen, providing them with an alternative source of income.
I invested over $2 million to refurbish these fishing rafts. After obtaining government documents, I started this business. Initially, I only had a few customers because there weren't many fish to catch in Hong Kong. I occasionally put some fish in the water for customers to catch, and that's when business began to pick up.
Danny To, who owns the business, says he spends tens of thousands of dollars each month buying fish to put into the water. Customers have to pay an additional fee to take home the fish they catch, but the main source of income is the entrance fee. They operate 24 hours a day and charge $80 per person for unlimited fishing time.
Normally, we have 30 to 40 customers on weekdays, not always. It depends on the weather. If it's not rainy, there are 40 to 50 in the summer. Situation in winter is worse, but it can reach over 100 customers on weekends.
In order to increase income, Danny rents out parts of his fish farm to customers.
Some people have never raised fish before, so they rent a fish farm plot 10 feet by 10 feet. They buy some fish from me and raise them there. But customers normally give up after a few months or a year. Typically, a customer rents for half a year to a year. Then the second customer takes over.
Danny says his annual revenue ranges from $2 million to $5 million. Although he has already broken even and can make some living expenses, he doesn't think the recreational fishing business has potential.
In Hong Kong, when something is new, a lot of people come to try it out. But after a while, they disappear. They will feel bored and start looking for something else to do. Many people in this business have failed. I can sustain just because I offer so many different services.
Jackie has a fishery business on Llama Island that he started over 15 years ago. Apart from allowing guests to fish, he regularly organizes tours on fish rafts and introduces them to the local fishing history.
After maybe a few meetings with the fishermen groups, and they find out maybe it may be possible to develop a fish raft which can do the fishing, angle fishing, and maybe they can promote their fisherfolk's culture as well. The tourism board always looking for some new tourist attractions, and they try to help us on maybe doing some promotion stuff and give us some ideas and how should we develop this place to be can attract more tourists.
The business didn't go as expected. Some fishermen quit at the very start, and now he has only one partner.
Because the incomes cannot support, it's not what they expected to earn. We do understand that it takes time to make the business work, and maybe this is what they expected. I mean, they don't expect 5 or 10 years to make this business work. So they decided to choose maybe their own jobs to do.
Although there is no need to spend extra money buying fishing rafts, Jackie says the labor and maintenance costs are huge.
Labor cost is maybe 40 to 50%, and the other one is maintenance. Because we are in the middle of the sea, any bad weather condition will affecting our equipment when the typhoon comes. And most of the time we have to do a lot of repairing stuff. And sometimes it costs a lot as well. It might cost more than 100,000 to repair. And we have to close down.
Luckily, they have more visitors now.
At the beginning, it's around 800 to 1,000 per month. Maybe now it's around 2,000 to 3,000. or more because it depends on the season. Every day, we probably will receive some call. Before the pandemic, we will receive some calls from different type of organizations to request some activities or tour related to fish farming industries.
He says allowing activities on the fishing rafts could bring more revenue and hopes the government will provide more support on this.
In the other part, like in China or in Japan or in Taiwan or even in Italy or other place, they have fish farming. They have this kind of fish raft for fishing, but they can also doing the catering stuff or doing other activities on the fish farm as well. And I think if the government really want to develop this kind of business, they need more they need to change some kind of regulations to make this work. Yeah. But I think this, maybe we can do BBQ or catering or other stuff.
Jackie has other businesses. He says the fishing village attracts tourists to dine at his nearby restaurant, which supplements his income. A professor says fishing tourism is one solution to utilize idle fish rafts and that Hong Kong can learn more from other places.
From the experience in Southeast Asia and also in China, the most profitable type of leisure fishery-related industry is that fishermen can bring people to the ocean for fishing, for angling. In the future, they may need to consider to create a bigger boat so that they can have more people. At the same time, they can provide better facility like the washroom and also maybe kitchen for people to enjoy.
He says aquaculture can bring more economic benefits and involves more than just recreational fishing or farming, and believes it should be further developed to include shellfish and pearl cultivation. That's our show for this week. Join us on Pearl Magazine, same time next week. Bye for now.